Right, so the Daytona 500 is on this weekend. Let's have a look at the most successful drivers in NASCAR Cup Series history at this event. The most prestigious event on the NASCAR calendar. Last season, you may remember here on the NASCARchronicle.com, I went over the most successful drivers at Daytona as a whole. Of course, Daytona does host more than one NASCAR Cup Series event every single year. But let's have a look at the drivers who make the Great American Race their true home. Here are the most successful drivers in the history of the event. Now, the only driver on here that is on the current grid is Denny Hamlin. He's managed 3 wins in his career so far around the Daytona 500. He's not managed it since 2020, but he did win it in back-to-back years between 2019 and 2020 as well. He also won his first 500 in 2016. Can he join the top 2 currently who are on 4 wins or higher in the Daytona 500 this weekend? Well, it's going to be a big ask for him, but stranger things have happened, of course. We'll go next to a bit of a legend of NASCAR, to say the least. Jeff Gordon, he also won the Daytona 500 on 3 occasions during his career. He won it in 1997, 1999, and also in 2005 as well. Going just a little bit further back, we get Dale Jarrett, who won on 3 occasions as well. He did so in 93, 96, and the year 2000 as well. And the last of the guys that have won 3 times around this track, we head a lot further back to Bobby Allison, who I think when he won his final one, he was about 50 years of age. Indeed, he was. I think he's the oldest NASCAR winner of all time, or certainly in the Daytona 500. He won his final one in 1988, but he also won relatively old at 40 years of age when he won his first one in 1978 as well, and he also won in 1982 as well. But let's get on to the top 2, the standouts, the people who have won it 4 times or more. And the guy who's won it 4 times in the past is Cale Yarborough. He had a massive gap between his first and his last one, 16 years between his win in 1968 and his final one in the 500 in 1984. He also won it back-to-back in those final 2 years as well, because he won it in 83 as well. In addition, he also won kind of in the middle of those in 1977 as well, winning in 3 decades. That is something that our top driver, the king of this category, some may say, has also managed, winning in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's Richard Petty. Of course, Richard Petty is top. I think he's had 10 wins at this event overall. Sorry, at this track, I should say, in NASCAR Cup Series events, which is just ridiculous when you think about it. But 7 of those came in the 500. He won for the first time in 1964 and also won in 66 as well. Furthermore, he won 4 times in the 1970s, winning in 71, 73, and 74 back-to-back in those years, as well as 1979. His final victory at the Daytona 500 came in 1981 as well. Again, a big gap between his first and his last there, 17 years, which is just unbelievable. I mean, they call him the king for a reason at the end of the day. But yes, those are the most successful drivers in the history of the Daytona 500. Jimmy Johnson can, in theory, join these guys, of course, as a 3-time winner this weekend. He has qualified for the Daytona 500 as a non-chartered entry as I record this. He's won this event back in 2006 and 2013 as well. But if I'm being totally honest, the likelihood of Johnson winning this event is very, very low. He's only a part-time driver these days, and I think he's approaching 50 years of age now as well, actually. He's getting on a bit. Yeah, he's 49 years old, is Johnson. So, but hey, Bobby Allison won it at 50, so it's possible. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, there we go, guys. Who was your favorite driver from the history of the Daytona 500? Who was the driver you think is going to win this weekend as well? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And for much more content on the world of NASCAR stock car racing, keep it tuned here to the NASCARchronicle.com. Have a great weekend, guys. Let's enjoy this race, the season opener for the Cup Series in 2025. Have a great one. See you very soon.